This is a typical down the shore training situation where we are teaching the idea of not only marking the bird, but marking it and going to it in a certain way. It's called discipline in marking. And this dog is a very nice, well-trained dog, but has not learned this particular concept yet. So PJ makes a typical mistake. So this little short video is about how to deal with that and how to proceed and how to develop a down the shore mark.
Okay, now keep walking, Chris. Get down there quick now. Chris is going to walk up so he's very close to make this handle really meaningful right at the end. And we want to make this very clear to the dog that he's not supposed to be along the bank. Handle. Whistle, Nick. Cast. Whistle, whistle. Walk out to him. Okay, just bring him to the shore right there. Okay, we're getting ourselves, he made the same mistake and he needed another cast. And what I wanted you to do was walk out there, take the bumper, throw it back, walk him back to shore, and give him that cast again. He got out of the water too early. And I should have, from this end, I should have had you handle right at the end and get one more cast in there. But it happens where you make a mistake. So what do? If you were going to say, oh, it could be confusing to him, so how can I make this really clear? Think of a way that you might pull that off. This is a pop quiz.
The best way that I can think of to do it with minimal damage is to just pick up and move to a new spot and set up the exact same concept and start over.
Incorrect answer, because it's not feasible. So here's what I would do. I'd get him launched. And you can try this. I don't know if we can film it with any clarity. Once he starts swimming, you walk yourself down this bank. So when he gets to that point, tweet, Nick, cast. And then we see where he stands after that. Because now you're up here and it's going to be like a new situation for him. You're kind of erasing the old situation. This happens all the time. You miss the chance you've showed up for. So what do? You can't just go to a new spot. Maybe you don't have one.
Yeah.
Maybe this is all you got and you have to make the lesson here because this is where the value is.
Right.
This is what he's got to learn to do. So what we're going to do, you're going to send him, you're going to move up for one thing because now we definitely don't want any stuff going on here.
Yep.
And you're going to let him get out in front of you enough so that he's not that aware of you.
Yep.
So you creep up behind him, and when he gets anywhere near that splash before he's to the mark, tweet, Nick, cast. Then we'll start again. Now we'll see what we got after that. This is not easy to get this all just right, but you're getting the process, and you'll be able to. What you don't want to do is ruin the dog in the process, and that's what happens a lot of times. People get frustrated. Say, oh shit, I thought I had, and then comes the heavy.
Oh yeah.
Heavy-handed stuff. And of course, when you're closer you are, the better your timing is. 28. Whistle, Nick. Cast. Don't say anything now. Same scenario when he picks it up.
Good.
Okay, now what happened there? We had the big delay. He was kind of relaxed a little bit. He said, lost his focus on exactly what to do. So, did you get a nick in down there? Okay. 20. A lot of gesture right now. Good. Okay, so ideally we might practice this as is several more times before we add another element. But because of energy, time, what we're going to go into the double now, make a little double out of it, and I'm just going to make a little short, just a minor little diversion, and then that'll be the memory bird, and we'll see where we stand on that. We still haven't gotten back away from the shoreline.
Question that I had was around the timing of the nick. If he goes to beach early, we blow the sit whistle, we're going to nick. Do we want to give the sit whistle, get him to turn and give a perfect sit looking square at us and then nick? Or do we want to blow the whistle and give the nick as soon as they stop on the shore?
We want to blow the whistle, and as they sit, once he's on land or touching land, tweet, nick as he starts to sit. The problem is that if a dog is not schooled properly, he anticipates, he tags in and jumps back in the water before you can actually get him sat down well enough to give that correction called indirect pressure. So when you have a dog that does that, and I've seen many of them, they get up, they hear the whistle, whoof, they jump back in the water, and you miss out on the whole thing. And then people end up just inadvertently using the electric collar, and what they're doing is scaring dogs away from the bank instead of saying, that is not where I want you to land. So once they get wise to that a little bit, you may want to let them get a little farther up the bank. In this case, it's hard because he's running down the shore, but you still have to get him stopped. As soon as he starts to sit, he sits. If it becomes blatant, then you might want to go tweet, nick, tweet, nick, tweet, nick, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, all with the little nick. You'll get a better result than saying, oh, you're not paying attention, and cranking it up to a 5 or a 6 and putting him into orbit where he can't think straight. So the idea would be a series of small nicks. He's sitting there, he says, he's starting to think now. He's saying, woo, I wonder if I shouldn't stay off this beach until I get down where the bird's at. Okay, so that's the answer to that. Ideally, it's as they're sitting, you're reinforcing the sit. If you have a dog that starts to jump in the water, as soon as you blow the whistle, if your angle is good enough, you have to let them get up on the shore a little farther, then blow your sit whistle so they can't bail in quite as fast. So that's the answer to that. Perfect. So kind of a long-winded answer. Day. 20.
Hey. Good.
See, now you're congratulating him for two things, finding the bird and getting the water properly without any damage of the other. So in general, we could have accomplished this with a couple massive burns along the shoreline, but we would have had less dog, no fun. And this has been practicing his casting, getting him to understand. Now, the next step would be to go do some land work someplace tomorrow or the next day, then come back, exact test, same spot, back up, whatever we want to do. We keep on this until we've done it maybe 30 times correctly. Then you say, I think he can do it. Okay, so are you happy with that now? Yeah. Are you happy with the fact that you know what that process is?
Yes.
Because that's the key. Now you can go anywhere and do it. So.
Absolutely. I learned a ton.